As the global conversation continues about the need to protect women from physical and psychological abuse, emerging statistics keep showing that gross inequality in the distribution of development paradigms remains the single most frequent factor in frustrating this effort. As women empowerment become an ordinary catchphrase, is the idea of women empowerment overrated? How did Nigeria, for instance, end up with just 7 women senators after the 2023 general election, despite all the noise made about 35% allotment into electoral and appointive positions since our latest experiment with constitutional democracy? Well, it appears those questions are about to get expedited attention. To have a conversation on this, we're now being joined by Ijeoma Anyiam Osigwe, convener of the forthcoming Pride Women Conference, an initiative focused on the emotional well-being of women for the overall improvement of society. Good morning, madam. Good to have you join us on the morning show today.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. All right. So next Friday, May the 3rd, I believe, is this conference that will be speaking about abuses, about women, about rights of ladies, etc., by the Women Pride, I believe. Talk to us about the reason for this conference and what participants will expect on Friday.
Yes, the Pride Women Conference actually is about the emotional well-being of women. We talk about the emotional well-being of women because we know that when a woman is emotionally stable, she is very capable to do whatever she wants to set her mind to do. So it's not about just financial empowerment or talking about the economy. We are talking about the overall emotional well-being of the woman. And as women are people that nurture and organize the home, we know that from parenting to adulthood, they create the enabling environment for somebody to be well-rounded as a person. So that's what it's all about, the emotional well-being of women. That's what we talk about. Yes, we talk about the financial aspects of a woman being strong financially, but overall it's about the different aspects of life that makes a woman emotionally strong to be herself.
Right, emotional well-being of a woman. It's a huge topic because obviously we in Nigeria and Africa at large there's a huge disparity between men and women and equality. But what would you consider as the biggest factor frustrating the efforts to protect women from physical and psychological abuse?
Yes, this conference is on this year's will be the 8th edition of the conference, and over time, we have had experts speaking even from life experiences about how their journey of life and coming to be where they are as strong, capable women. So over time, we have focused on parenting, treating challenges that arise from physical abuse, emotional abuse, mental health, because all our conference will always have a mental health expert to talk about your mental health and your emotional well-being. Even this year, we are going to have them. We have had topics like yourself, talking about yourself, your self-love. Like last year, we talked about self-love as a way to your achieving emotional well-being. Because if you love yourself, you will be capable to, say no to bad rubbish. Somebody not abusing you unnecessarily and taking advantage of you. This year, the topic is about assault and abuse, surviving assault and abuse. And we have a lot of experts that are going to talk to us about assault and abuse. We have Mrs. Maggie Ibru, Chief Mrs. Jibuno, that's going to talk about how to use your mind to achieve the health of your mind to achieve emotional well-being. So,
okay, let me come in here. So, I mean, we have the conference approaching. Can you maybe break down the specific initiatives? I mean, you've mentioned one that's going to be focused on, abuse. But when we talk about the specific initiatives or programs that attendees can expect to participate in, how do these initiatives align with the broader goals of promoting women's emotional well-being and enhancing their opportunities for personal and professional growth? And also give us more information about when this conference is happening, where it's going to be happening as well.
Yes, it's going to be happening at the National Institute of International Affairs at Kofo Abayomi, Victoria Island. And sorry, can you say that again?
No, that's fine. I was actually asking about the specific initiatives as well as programs that are being put together under this conference that will specifically target, target this, like you said, physical and mental abuse, and how exactly these initiatives align with the broader goals of promoting a woman's emotional well-being, as well as enhancing their opportunities for personal and professional growth.
Yes, we have speakers that have that are experts and experienced in their journey of life to tell us about their journey and how it has helped them to get their life back together.
Okay. So, in 2022 alone, I think it was reported that at least 401 women died from gender-based violence. And I believe even when it comes to intimate partner violence, around 27% of Nigerian women are reported to have experienced intimate partner violence. And you're focusing on assault and also mental health. Do you believe that these are some of the issues like intimate violence, violence in the home that women may face? Do you think that there are things that the Nigerian government should do to help women or can do to support your conference? Do you think that there are a lot of available resources for women, or do you think you're filling a gap in the market, that there's a need for your conference because a lot of women are experiencing, these assaults or violence on an intimate level?
Of course, a lot of women are experiencing this, and we are not short of them in the news media. Like the girl that was slapped by her fellow students repeatedly over and over again. Of course, it's due to bad parenting. And in this year's conference, even incidentally, we are going to focus on parenting to diminish abuse in children. Good parenting, techniques in good parenting to diminishing abuse in children. It will be taken by Mrs. Chris Asoloka. And Nigerian government, I don't think they are giving enough support to women that have suffered abuse. And the Ministry of Women Affairs should take up roles to help women to avoid abuse in the homes, and also target men that are causing women so much abuse by setting examples with people that are directly causing those abuses. So I think they have a lot to do with trying to control abuse against women.
Okay, Mrs. Anyiam Osigwe, the focus of the conference is I survived.
Yes.
Surmounting assault and abuse. What will, let's say, first timer like myself or any of us, on the panel here, if we're attending, what are we likely to encounter? Will it be to listen to people who have been through this sort of abuses, and assault, to share experiences with them, or basically to listen to them, or to have experts, talk about those? And secondly, you try to draw in the aspect of bullying in schools by referring to what happened at that Abuja school. How much of assault and abuse, especially in schools, do you attribute to the growing incidents of bullying, especially in Nigeria this time around?
We are going to listen to our experts talking from their experiences in life and as experts. Yes, and they are going to be question and answer session to clarify whatever people might want to ask. And in our conferences, we also have mental health experts that people can also call. We have their numbers, that if you have issues, you can call and they can clarify what you are going to say.
All right. I mean, I think that, you have summarized what the conference would be, which is, mentoring and having people speak about their experiences. But earlier you mentioned that women should be taking up positions in policy making to avoid, such a disparity between men and women. And, which brings me to my question about women's role in politics. I mean, even in Nigeria, there are real opportunities for, Nigerian women in politics, as we have seen that women's representation has been, on a downward slide. A case in point will be the 2023 elections. We saw that women's participation was abysmal compared to their male counterparts. And this was against the backdrop of heightened youth involvement in politics. And this is at a time where young people appear determined to upturn the political system. It just feels like it's going to be a huge undertaking to just make sure we have more women participation in policy making. Do you think that this is the shift that we need to close that gap?
Over the time, over the ages, women have been marginalized. People don't think we have what it takes to be a leader. People don't think we have what it takes to speak for ourselves, talk of speaking for others. But times are changing. Women are more educated. Women are now living the way God wants them to live. They are now getting to know that they want to be who God says they want to be. They want to be courageous, they want to be bold. And if a woman is capable of nurturing a child from infancy to adulthood, I think a woman can also be a leader, and a good leader for that matter. When a woman sets her mind to do something, she will focus and she will achieve her goal. That is what this conference is all about, that a woman can be focused if she's emotionally stable, if she's not suffering abuse, if she's not if she's not made to feel that she's inferior, she cannot think for herself. We want a woman to think for herself, to be bold, to be courageous, to push for her rights and the right of her children. So in leadership, in this present-day Nigeria, where women, we don't have much of them in the legislature, in the Senate, in the Federal House of Rep, even in the State House of Assembly, it is wrong because we are not given that chance. The men are still thinking that we cannot make it. But I know that we can. We can do it because we are emotionally strong and we are capable. By virtue of the fact that a lot of women are now very well educated, there's nothing they cannot do for themselves. And being women doesn't mean that they cannot perform. They will perform. Even a lot of women are now trying to balance their work with their relationship, their marriage, or their relationship. Like this year, one of the topics is surviving singleness in the face of threats. And you know that this singleness that a lot of women have now is like some people come into that being a single parent, not out of choice. Some might be because they are widowed. Some might be maybe they are career women, but by the time they think of getting married, maybe time has gone, and why not adopt a child? So you're a single parent. Or maybe you enter a relationship that the man, you don't think he's who you thought he is. And maybe you are pregnant and, well, getting an abortion is not an option. You want to have your baby because you want to have your baby. Even some people adopt when they are getting older. So why not? So being a single mom should not be something that you should be stigmatized about. You should be able to move on with your life, plan your life, and live it well, and survive it. So it's I don't think it should be a stigma or somebody to say that, before people used to talk about it, but not these days. Even I advise a woman, if you want to be a mother, not being married should not be a reason why you should not be a mother. You should be able to be a mother and also face your career and do whatever you want to do. So,
all right, Mrs. Ijeoma, Anyiam Osigwe, we want to thank you for joining us on the morning show. I would have, pointed out that on the flyer for your conference, there is no single man there. Is it like you are fencing the men
yes,
out?
We always have a man.
Okay.
We always have a man,
but
a
not
male
this,
speaker.
not this year.
Like not this year. Last year we had a male speaker.
Okay.
He's talking about self-love, learning how to be who you
All right.
are.
Okay, so
the other year
that's
is
good to
about my wife,
Yeah.
my health, my life.
Okay.
The man said her wife made him to achieve what he, be what he is, so a very successful man. So, we always have a man
So there's
to
always
give
a
us
role
a
for the men.
perspective. Yes.
Thank you. Thank
and
you
please,
indeed.
We would like people to come for the conference, register at prideconference.org, and we also stream online Pride Women Conference in our YouTube channel and our social media channels. So
absolutely,
please,
so that's
you are welcome to come.
Yeah.
And our sponsors have always been very wonderful. They always have things for participants.
We really have to end it there,
Oh, yes.
I'm afraid.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us on the morning show.
Thank you.